Hey, good Wednesday evening, everybody. It is October the 8th, and I'm Chris Allen, and this is 270 weather for the 270 area code and beyond. Welcome in on this Wednesday evening. Thank you for joining me. Yeah, we kind of didn't get the rain that we had hoped for, at least not around here. The heaviest of the rain was off to the north of us. I mean, up there in Metro Louisville, it was, flooding. There was flooding going on. A lot of cars stalled in deep water. There was at least a road or two that had just kind of fallen through, um, those, you know, runoff places and where you see the pipes in the road and all that. Well, one of those collapsed all around it. They had to shut it down. There was a lot of those that popped up yesterday because they had between 4 and 6 inches of rain, and we only picked up about a half inch total, and that was for the 2 day period. That was not just yesterday, but the day before, and all totaled here in Bowling Green, about a half inch. If you and that is uh that's embellishing just a little bit because it just was not much at all. And now we're going to go into another big dry spell, I'm afraid. Tomorrow we'll get a new drought update, and I'm afraid it's not going to show very much change at all. And I think after that, it may very well be another 12 to 15 days before we see any kind of beneficial rain here in southern Kentucky. And I know that that is probably shocking to many of you. It is to me. I'm a bit stunned, but as I look at some of the models, it's showing that long of a stretch of dry weather coming. Now, there could be these little times when we get a shower that pops up here and there, but I'm talking about beneficial rain that's going to measure something, that's going to take us out of the drought or come close to taking us out of the drought. I just don't see it. It's looking just extra dry, and no end in sight for at least another maybe 2 weeks or more. Ugh. Yeah, I know. 76 was the high temperature today. Was a delightful day once we got rid of the clouds this morning. The drier air began to work in and scoured out the clouds that were with us from yesterday's cold front. 1 degree above the normal. The normal has dropped another degree to 75. The low was 64. And there you see no rainfall. For the past 24 hours, most of our rain ended yesterday around this time. And so nothing there and nothing showing on radar. Nothing in anywhere even close as the dry air took over today. And now it's here to stay for a long time. Don't expect to see anything coming up on the radar anytime soon. It is what it is. All right. Let's talk about the drought situation as it is going to continue for us. Now, this is the current drought monitor. And as I mentioned, this will be updated tomorrow, probably about 7 a.m., 7:30 local time. This will get an update. Now, as of this last update from last Thursday, it showed much of Bowling Green, southern Kentucky in the moderate drought, with some areas in this gold shaded area in a severe drought. This is for the month, and it shows um, the drought persisting. That's what that color there means, that kind of copper looking color. Seasonal drought is showing much the same. So I don't expect us to see a lot of change coming out of this particular situation, unfortunately. Now, here's a look at the outlook on precipitation for the next 6 to 10 days. This is why I titled this particular podcast to say that drought like conditions, dry conditions, could last another 12 to 15 days. So here is the 6 to 10 day rainfall outlook. Not good. Dry. Let's go 8 to 14 days. And not really that much in the way of improvement. Week, well, this is like, let's go 3 to 4 weeks out. Yeah, there's nothing there. Um, for the month, yeah, it's still pretty dry. Seasonable, when you take 3 months into consideration, this quarter, um, it's still very dry. So there's not much hope here. If you're looking for actual rain, beneficial rain, it is nowhere in these outlooks. Now let's check on temperature. Okay, let me go back. 6 to 10 day temperature outlook. When you start seeing these reds, that's above normal temperatures. Let's go 8 to 14 days. Hmm, a little above normal. When you see the gray, that means it's equal chances of either being a little above or a little below. We are somewhere in the beginning of the above normal range. Let's go 3 to 4 weeks out, and it's still showing above normal. For the month, leaning above normal. And for the season, a little bit above normal. So the takeaway from this is we're going to continue to be dry and we're going to be warm, warmer than normal. There's just really no, um, really no change in the conditions that we've seen so far. It's just one of those situations that is not giving us much hope for anything to change anytime soon. I've been looking at the long range, the GFS model, and it's pretty much as it has been. So you can look at the time bar up here at the top. All right, and this can go. We can go way far out on this thing. So let me show you. Here we go. You can see the time moving here. Here we go into tomorrow and then into the weekend. Here we go. Saturday, Sunday. Now we go into Sunday, into Monday. Little blips pass by, but that's not beneficial rain. So now we're getting into the middle of next week. You see the 14th, the 15th, 16th. Yeah, it just keeps, look at that. 17th. Here we go. Here comes the 18th. Now we're getting at the end of next week. And oh, well, there was something. Maybe, let me back it up a little. Here's maybe a little something that tries to work in here on the 19th. So that would be, let me look at my calendar. Because, I mean, we're talking about not next Saturday, or next Sunday. It is the following Sunday, the 19th of October. Maybe we see some shower activity then, but even then, it doesn't look like it's going to stay. Here we go now into Monday, the 20th, 21st, 22nd. There may be something, but when you see it like this, that's not very organized rain. It's like maybe scattered showers. Here we go into the 22nd, which is not next Wednesday, but the following Wednesday. Here comes now finally. Okay, so this is why I say it could be another 12 to 15 days before we get something like this, which would be more in the way of beneficial rain. Unless something changes, this is what we've got to deal with. So you may not get rain here in the 270 on your yard or around your area until the 23rd. Today is just the 8th. So, I mean, that's crazy. So the drought is going to get worse. I just I hesitate to even tell you that, but that's what at least the long range model, the GFS, is showing. If you're, if you're, I just would not bet on beneficial rain happening between now and then because the way the upper air patterns are looking, I just don't see it. I don't see it at all. And that's a shame. So we are going to have to contend with dry and above normal temperatures for a long time to come. That rain yesterday did not really help us at all. Now here's a look at the Kentucky Mesonet here at 6:39 on your Wednesday evening. And yeah, we did have a good day as far as temperatures because behind that front, as promised, it did cool down. And look at these 60s, very pleasant 60s. It's even 55 right now in Burkesville near the Cumberland River. That should feel nice. It feels nice everywhere, really. The highest temperatures for the day only made it into the low 70s. A couple of places made it into the mid 70s, but overall, low 70s. Nice. 24-hour rainfall. 200s in Russellville, 1400s in Russell Springs. That was about it. As you know, the day before, we can back it up to 48 hours. And that's where we saw only maybe 2/10 to 3/10 of an inch of rain in Bowling Green. Some of you picked up a lot less than that. The real beneficial rainfall came in a stripe from, say, over in Union County, right along the Ohio River. There you see some 3 and 4 inch rainfall amounts. Look at that. Meade County, Brandenburg, 4.68 inches, but that's not the highest. The highest rainfall came to Lexington, Fayette County, 5 inches plus. And there were some with their individual rain gauges not associated with the Mesonet that picked up close to 6 inches of rain. Therefore, the flooding that was noticed yesterday in Louisville, Frankfort, Lexington, that's where the rains fell. Down here, we got gypped big time. And now we're going to have to go maybe 12 to 15 days without rain or without at least beneficial rain. Yeah. The north winds today, that's what's helped us cool off and has brought our dew points way down. Check it out. Look at these dew points. Dew points have dropped into the 40s. It has been months since we have experienced dew points in the 40s. What does that mean? That means the air is very dry, but very comfortable. There's very little in the way of humidity. There's no mugginess in the air. It's extra, extra comfy. And tonight, because these dew points have fallen into the 40s and that light north breeze, it's going to get downright chilly tonight and tomorrow night. It's going to feel good. At least we've got that going for us. But if you're looking for rain, forget about it. Let me show you the long range 7-day rainfall outlook map. And we've seen this before where we are surrounded by beneficial rain, but yet we're right there in the middle, no rain, zero. And a big white hole right there where there should be some rain, but there's not going to be any. My goodness. I'm telling you, you guys are going to have to take some alternative measures to, if you need to get some rain. And my concern is the fire danger. Fire danger is going to continue to rise. This is not good. Not good at all. Um, the only thing that would help would be a couple of days of drenching downpours, steady rainfall, but it's not coming. Here's a look at the maps, and I'll go day by day for you. Here is the right now. Here's the front that came through yesterday. Now, there is a little front to the north, but it's falling apart. We're going to be in that same old situation again where high pressure comes in, settles in over the area, and scrubs away any opportunity to get rain. There will be some opportunities, little systems that try to make a run at us, but high pressure will be too strong, and therefore we won't get anything. Here is 1 a.m. in the morning. Here's 7 a.m., maybe a little patchy fog in a couple of places, but I think there will be enough of a light wind tonight to keep that from happening. Now, there may be some concern north of us tonight and especially tomorrow night for the first little touches of frost. It is a possibility. I'll go back and take a look at temperatures here in a moment. Let's go back to this. Here's 7 a.m. tomorrow, 1 o'clock in the afternoon, 7 p.m. tomorrow evening. Now you see all this out here in the plains, but really, this is not a very strong system at all. Here is 7 a.m. Friday. There could be a few showers into parts of Missouri and Illinois. 7 p.m. Friday, high pressure. Look at it. It just sits right here off of the Atlantic, North Atlantic coast, New England, and dominates our weather, pushing away, fending off, or either scrubbing away any kind of rain opportunity that tries to make a run at us. So we go to Saturday. Here's a little front to the north. Not really concerned about that. There's a low pressure system over the Great Lakes that will try to maybe produce a few clouds, but that's it on Saturday. Here's 7 a.m. Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. Notice where the rain sits. It just sits out here in the plains, being blocked by high pressure, but also here's a little offshore system. This is going to become, it looks like a nor'easter, maybe. And then Wednesday, still nothing shaking. No rain, dry as a bone. I hate to tell you all of this because it's just not good news. It is not what we want to hear or want to see, for that matter. Um, Golly, I just wish I had some better news for you. The model viewer, this is the Euro. I don't think the blender. Oh, there it is. Okay. They just updated. About an hour ago, it was not there. But here you can see upcoming temperatures 70s the next few days for highs. Not bad. That's about where we should be this time of the year. Lows again in the 40s. And I do think maybe not tonight, but tomorrow night we could get as low as 42, 43 by early Friday morning. Yeah. But after that, we do warm up back into the 80s for a couple of days, lows into the 50s. Next week, back into the 70s and lows in the 50s. But all the way through this stretch and beyond, dry. No rain. No rain. So we're going to have to just be extra careful. Fire danger is going to be running high. Any day that has got low humidity and a breeze is going to be extra tough. It's going to be hard to just get by without, maybe a fire somewhere getting out of control. Uh, that's probably the number one concern at this point is the danger for wildfires is just going to continue to go up. I mean, I see no major systems coming in anytime soon, no big cold fronts. There's no tropical systems really that are going to come in. And, sometimes we count this time of the year, we count on the remnants of a tropical system in the Atlantic or in the Gulf. We don't want anybody to get a direct hit, but if something should come in strong enough to bring all that moisture into the area, we can usually benefit from that. But that's not even going to happen that we can see, that I can see, or anyone else can see. Um, it's unfortunate that it's going to be that way for a while. But in the meantime, let's talk about our sponsor, R&R Controls, because you do still, regardless of the dry weather that's coming and the lack of rain, it's going to eventually get cold. And will your heat come on like it's supposed to? Will your HVAC system ventilate? Will it heat? And if you need it, because temperatures will still be running a little above normal, when you want to flip that air conditioner on, is it still going to work? Is it clean? Have you cleaned the ventilation? Have you changed the filters? Have you made sure that the fan, compressor, and all of that is working as it should? Well, if it's been a while since you've done that or had somebody come out and take a look, then you're just exactly the kind of person that needs to call R&R Controls. They can come out. You can set up an appointment with them. They can come out and take a look, see what kind of system you have. It doesn't matter what the brand name is on that system. They can take a look and they know. They've done this since 1985. So they know what they're doing. So, and this is not just for those of you that are homeowners, but it's for those of you as well that are business owners, and you have a big system that you're kind of scratching your head going, I'm not really sure if it's gonna outlast the winter that's coming. And I'm telling you, with the longer we go in these drought stretches and the extra warm air prolonged, I can guarantee you, there is going to come a day when everything just flips. And I mean big time flips. From being warm, it's going to get cold. And from being dry, it's going to get wet and wintry. It's going to happen. It's going to happen. It may not happen this month in October, but it's likely to happen in November. All of a sudden, there will be a storm that comes in and it just changes everything. You know it's going to happen. So why not go ahead and get that inspection, preventative maintenance? Get it done. Get it done now. Call R&R 270-777-2024. Simple number to remember, 270-777-2024. With R&R Controls, you'll never be without. If you'd like to subscribe to 270 Weather for extra content, such as my weekly flash forecast, which I produce every Sunday to give you a preview of the week ahead and the weather, for just $1.99 a month, you can scan that QR code and get it every Sunday. And I am working on a separate podcast, I guess you would call it, that is going to be something totally different than what I'm doing right now at this moment. When I say extra content, those of you that are only subscribers will get this. I'm working on it right now, and I hope to launch it very soon. It is going to be in this same kind of setup, but it will not be 270 weather. It's going to be something different. And I'm not going to talk about the weather. I'm going to talk about something else. What? No, I'm not going to talk about politics. Are you kidding me? I wouldn't talk about politics right now I mean, are you kidding me? No, I am not. As much as sometimes I want to, and believe me, I want to, but the business that I'm in and being on television every day and doing this every day, I ain't touching that with a 10-foot pole or 20-foot pole. It doesn't matter. Politics, no. There's enough noise out there. You don't need that. And you don't need my opinion on that. I think most of you know where I stand. It should be evident where I stand. But this new extra exclusive content is just going to be a conversation. And the subject matter may change from time to time. But it's coming. It's coming really soon as I can get all the final pieces put together. And those of you that are subscribers will get it. That way, if you don't want to pay for it and you don't like my opinion about something or my take or my conversation, you don't have to hear it. Because if you're not a subscriber, you don't have to listen to it. So that's coming. All right, you guys. In the meantime, have yourselves a great Wednesday evening. As always, thank you for watching 270 Weather and supporting not only this podcast, but our sponsor, R&R Controls. They appreciate it as well. They tell me often that you guys call and make appointments and have them come out and inspect your systems and get your HVAC going, your generators, and all that. So thank you. Thank you for supporting them because they support me and keep this going. In the meantime, I'll see you tomorrow morning live at 6 a.m. on News 40 Sunrise on WNKY, 6 a.m., 9 a.m., and noon. God bless you. Thank you for watching.